Hey everyone, how's it going? I am absolutely delighted to be with you and to be making a video after so long. I think it was in February when I made my last video about chess. So it's already 4 months since then. So I am very happy to be bringing you this video here where I will be showing to you how to beat the Scandinavian defense with a tricky sideline straight from move 2. And personally, I really believe in the power of surprising your opponent. And if you can do that from move 2, that's amazing. So if at any moment you are a competitive chess player and you want to fund your chess progress like myself, and you have big dreams just like myself, then you might be interested in starting a side hustle to earn an extra income online. If that's the case, go to the link in the description, insert your name and email, and watch my free introductory training where you will learn the 3 secrets my mentors use to generate a consistent income online and how you can do it too, even if you have no previous experience. So without further ado, I'm going to get to the point of this video, which is how to beat the Scandinavian defense. So I will be sharing my screen. Here we are. Okay, so the Scandinavian defense starts with 1e4 and black goes d5. So it's definitely not the most common move. So it's not e4, e5. It's not the Sicilian. It's not the French, and it's not the Caro-Kann. In my opinion, and not only in my opinion, these are the 4 best moves for black after 1e4. But it's tricky, and it's certainly quite popular in club level, also due to the efforts of John Bartholomew and also some other famous players that have played it. I mean, it has even featured in the World Championship match of 1995 between Kasparov and Vishwanathan Anand. So it's not to underestimate, and it's good to know what to do against it. Now, obviously, the main move is e takes d5, and here black has a choice between queen takes d5 and also knight f6. Another possible move is knight c3, which is a bit tricky. But the move that I'm going to be proposing, because I said in this video we want to surprise our opponents straight from move 2, it's the move e5. So here already your opponent will start feeling a bit uncomfortable and they will be in unfamiliar territory. Now, this is not the best move, and I am fully aware of that, and I am fully aware that black has quite a few good options to equalize. Now, I will be presenting to you the most natural moves that black can play, and why playing the most natural moves is going to lead to a winning position from white. So here c5 is, in my opinion, the most natural move. I mean, there are other good moves too, such as bishop f5, for example, which is very sensible, develops a piece. But let's say they go c5 just to control the center. Now we just bring a piece out and we go knight f3. And our opponents do the same. Knights before bishops, they bring their knight out to c6. Now we go bishop b5 and we pin the enemy knight. And now let's say our opponents do the same. I mean, what more sensible to develop the bishop outside the pawn chain and to pin our knight on f3 onto our white queen on d1. Now let's say we go c3. That's the move I'm proposing. And the move c3 not only controls the center and could potentially prepare the move d4, but it also opens up the queen, and this is extremely important. Now, if our opponents play a very natural move, but also a very bad one, e6, which makes sense to play because the light square bishop of black has been developed outside the pawn chain, and it also opens up the dark square bishop. And I mean, what else can they play? They cannot play knight f6. So maybe knight h6 is sensible with the idea of bringing the knight to f5. But what more natural than to play e6 so that the bishop also protects the c5 pawn for the future? Well, if they do that, this bishop here, it cannot come back to the defense of the king. So we take advantage of that and we play queen a4. Sorry. We don't play queen a4. We play bishop takes c6. The move order is extremely important in chess. So bishop takes c6, and the only move is pawn takes c6, and now we go queen a4. Yes, because we hit the bishop on g4, and we also hit the pawn on c6. So this is a double attack, and black cannot handle both threats simultaneously. If the pawn wasn't on e6, then they could have played bishop d7, but now that's illegal. So they will obviously not let us win an extra piece, and if they do, like if they defend the pawn on c6, we just grab the bishop and we are a clear piece up. They will take the knight on f3. I mean, if not for that, then maybe they could retrieve the bishop, but it's not any better. So they take on f3. Now, of course, we do not take back on f3. I will give you a general advice that is very important. In every position, you need to look at three things with the following order. Number one is checks. Number two is captures. Number three is threats. So we start with the checks, and we see that we've got a check. So we give a check on c6 to the king. Now, obviously, if queen d7, we take the rook, and if queen d8, we can either swap off queens and take on f3 or give another check here. Now, if king e7, then we take the bishop and we are completely winning. So they won't do that. They will play king e7. Now, we just grab another pawn. The king cannot move forward to f6, so it's got two options. Let's say it goes to e8. Now our queen is under attack by the dark square bishop of black on f8, so we give another check, and now the king comes up again to e7, and now we can just take on f3. This is one possibility, and here we are completely winning because they're not allowed to castle. They have already moved their king, and we are two clear pawns up. It's just a matter of technique from here. Now, if they play king d7, again, they are hitting our queen, and the only move in this position, if one's going to win this game, is to go queen b5. After queen b5, they have a choice. If they go to e7, for instance, we can just grab the bishop. If they go to c8, we can improve even further our queen by going here and force them to b8, or else we're taking the rook, and then we can just take the bishop. And if here they go to c7, now we have another choice. We could take the bishop, or we can even play queen a5. They go to d7, and now we swap off the queens, and now we take the bishop. And again, we're completely winning. We are 2 pawns up, and we even forced an exchange of queens. And another general advice, of course, there are always exceptions that I can give, is that when you are winning, like we're here, you want to simplify. So exchanges are generally in our favor, and especially the exchange of queens, because it reduces the counterplay from our opponent. So was this useful? Did you like this video? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I really hope you took value from it, and I hope that you can surprise your opponents straight from move 2 and win many games against the Scandinavian defense. Now I'm going to give you a warning that this might not always work. Black has alternatives, and after that the position is just roughly equal. And what you should do against Scandinavian defense is definitely to learn the main lines that arise after second move e takes d5. However, it's very good for an offbeat surprise weapon. It can be particularly effective in a bullet or a blitz or even a rapid game where your opponent won't have enough time to think and they might play quickly. Especially in a 1-minute game, I can see many people falling for this trap just because the moves from black are so natural. That's what I like the most about this trap. And actually, I have fallen a victim of this trap. Some FIDE master came to my house to play blitz back in 2019 or 2018, somewhere there in the summer, back in Cyprus, where I'm from, and he threw this trap to me, and since then I remembered it. And from time to time, when I'm not in the mood to play the main line of the Scandinavian with white, I throw this trap, and sometimes I have noticed that my opponents were unaware of it and they fell into it. And it's very rare, and I wouldn't be surprised when if strong players fall into it, but this should not be your main weapon, and especially if your games get recorded on a database like ChessBase, like Mega Database, then I wouldn't put my money on this because your opponent is going to expect it. So it can be a one-off, maybe a two-off, but this shouldn't be your main weapon. This is my general advice. Of course, it's your call. What will you play in your games? So I will just repeat what I said in the beginning. If you are a competitive chess player and you want to fund your chess progress, such as traveling to tournaments, which has expenses like transport, if it's in another city, or accommodation. If it's not a one-day event, also you need to pay for an entry fee. You might want to hire a coach. You might want to invest into chess books and chess courses. Then maybe a premium membership on chess.com or chess24. Well, then you might be interested in starting a side hustle online to earn an extra income. If that's the case, go to the link in the description, insert your name and email, and watch my free introductory training where you will learn the 3 secrets my mentors use to generate a consistent income online and how you can do it too, even if you have no previous experience or qualifications. If you're a subscriber, I will catch you at the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.